Hi friends, this is Amlan Devnath, your instructor for today's class. Friends, today we will learn about getter and setter in a class. Now, when a getter or setter is used in a class, think of a scenario when we need to assign houses to the class students present or admitted to the class. For example, we have the details like first name, last name, class number, and roll number. Similarly, if you have known, there are houses also which are assigned to each students. For that one, we know we have to add a house variable to the instance of the class. Now let me add that one. Self dot house, and it will get the value from house. Now think, first name, last name, roll, they can be anything, right? But there are only four set of houses in a school. Like the names are Joseph, Mary, Claudine, and Bishop. No students can be assigned any house other than this, right? So we have to give some condition so that it gets assigned only that. For that one, what we can do? We can add a condition here only so that it gets checked while entering. So here we can give a condition if house not in self dot houses, then we will do self dot house equal to not yet assigned, and else self dot house is house. Simple. So we have to pass another variable here, which is the house value. So what are the house names we have? Joseph, Mary, Claudine, Bishop. Let me assign Mary. Now we have to also print the value here, and house is self dot house. So we'll be getting all the 5 variable details using this one. Now let us run this. So what we are getting? Tony Clinton reads in class 5 having roll number 1 and house is Mary. Similarly, if we assign something wrong, 7 if we assign, then it's showing Tony Clinton read in class 5 roll number 1 and house is not yet assigned. Simple. But here is a catch. This init method only gets called when we create an instance. Now if we change the variable manually, that time what will happen? Let us go in this way. We will be giving the Claudine value to student, and later on we will be changing the value to Thevenet. Let us see what happens. You see, Tony Clinton's house is Claudine at first, but if we are changing manually later, it is taking that variable. So these conditions which we are giving during initialization is unable to do its task at the later part. While initialization it will work, but later if we are manually changing the value, it will take that one only. To address this issue, so that whenever we are trying to assign any value to the particular variable which should have only a particular set of details, at that time we will be using getter and setter. So let me remove this one. we are good here. So this will work simply. First it will print Claudine, then Thevenet. Now let us introduce the getter and setter. The syntax would be like @property, and the function name will be exactly same as the variable name. It will take self at the argument and it will return the value. And for setter, we have to use the variable name dot setter. This is the syntax that has been created by the Python developers. So we have to abide by this one only. So def house, here it will take two arguments which we will be getting from the user or while input. Here we will give the condition if house not in self dot houses, then self dot house equal to yet to be assigned, else self dot house equal to house. Now here one point to be noted, this house and this house will conflict with this house variable, as the property name or the function name is exactly same. So for this one we have to use a little change. That one we can do by adding an underscore. So here if we assign this underscore and this underscore here, so we can understand that this is being used for setter purpose. Now we have done our task. Now let us try to run the program. You see, when we are passing this Claudine value, it is taking, but later on if we are trying to change the value to Thevenet, see, it is changing to yet to be assigned. So as Thevenet is not present, it will change to yet to be assigned. Tony Clinton reads in class 5 having roll number 1 and house is yet to be assigned. Let us try to run the program using an instance. Python -i main.py. But before that one, let us comment out this. Now let us create one instance. Student1. So print student1 Claudine. Now let us try to change the house. Now if I try to check the value, it's yet to be assigned. Now let us also assign the value which is present in the list. Either his house is changed, so it's maybe Joseph. Now if I try to check the values, see, the house has been changed to Joseph, as because these are the four only houses present in the school. So accordingly you can set your getter and setter method so that these values can be checked every time if we want to pass the values, and the correct one will be assigned. If any wrong one is assigned, then it will bypass. You can raise error here, you can set a default value here. As per your requirements, you can use this getter and setter in the Python classes. Thank you. Have a great day. Meet you in the next class. Stay happy.